What a crazy week we have had, and what a week we have ahead of us, and what a month we have ahead of us with September rate decisions from the Federal Reserve and a lot of more other stuff. This week we have the FOMC meeting, and we have some crazy setups and potentials both for crypto, for Forex, for commodities, and for indices. And I see a lot of heavy stuff coming up. I see a market crash and a lot of more things coming up, but let's look at it on the charts and with the right analysis. So let's dive straight into it. All right, first and foremost, I'm gonna start with the dark side, and that is US30, NAS 100, and of course S&P 500. We are approaching some very, very interesting levels. When I started to trade crypto, and I experienced that whole blow off top bull run. I FOMO'd in and I lost a lot of money. That was the bull run 2017. I learned a lot from that bull run. And one of those things is that when everybody's talking about a certain investment instrument, like for example, Dow Jones, US30, it starts to get time to sell. And when you see the big fishes, the whales dumping off their positions, it's getting time to sell. All of this is happening right now, especially when you see blow off top situations like basically we're having now. If you look at this, guys, look at this. Like the correction has to come somewhere, somehow. We had a COVID correction, but it's not enough. We have something else coming up. And what I see right now is US30, so a Dow Jones coming up to the 27.2 Fibonacci extension. So when I pull the Fibonacci and I pull it from the COVID low to the most recent swing high on a weekly time frame from that COVID low, then the extension, the 27.2 extension that this market loves to respect, is at precisely 42,000, all right? 42,000 US dollars. So I think we're having that last push where market pushes up, everybody FOMOs in. Maybe we do a massive wick above this thing, but I see a massive correction after that. And I've gotten the question several times now, how big do I believe the correction to be? Well, first and foremost, we need to prove fib from that whole swing. So let's say we hit that 42 level precisely, because we need to finish this whole swing before we can say that. I believe us to dip down to the sweet spot, so at least 50%, and that would be at these lows. It means the market is going to correct 50%. That's a lot. That's trillions in liquidity being wiped out of the market. But it's not being wiped out because it transitions somewhere. And what is happening now, what we see more and more and more, is that liquidity is transitioning over to what? Crypto. Exactly. Why is that? Because more and more people and institutions start to realize that this is the sound money. The institutions realized this long time ago. The banks are not stupid. They understood this long time ago, and this is why they were so against it, because they didn't want us to understand how good the DeFi system is compared to the banking system. A trustless, transparent financial system which cuts out the middle hand and therefore is much cheaper in transactions, much faster in everything. That's crypto in general. So speaking of crypto, let's look quickly at BTC, because we know that BTC is the leading star. If BTC don't move, most of the other cryptos don't move either. And if it dumps, you see crypto dumping. And then the opposite, of course, vice versa. So what happened with BTC is this here. We had this massive correction that happened previous Monday, I want to say, not previous week. And that's this wick that we see here on a weekly time frame. If we zoom into daily, we'll see things clearer. And we have this very, very nice bullish flag that has formed, and we dipped below it. And since then, we pushed up a little bit, but then we made a sideways correction, bearish correction. And normally when you see a correction like this, you will see a bust up after that. So this is basically a pullback that is accumulating liquidity. This here is a typical liquidity accumulation pattern. If we zoom in on a 4-hourly time frame, then you see it better. All these tops, all these lows, people coming in and buying. So I think we will see a last wick out, washing out the buyers here. And if we look at the heat map, then we see that down to 57,000, we have a lot of juicy, nice liquidity, right? So we want to take that out, and 57,000, we will have that approximately here. So this is the level I'm looking at to enter from with reposition. I entered here already, but I want to add positions to my trade from this level here that is correctly and perfectly supported by this order block here. all right, and by the structure here as well. So you see this top is here, you have that support. So like I said, I believe we might get a little wick down. When you get confirmations and bullish candles on 5 and 50 minutes, that's when you want to start entering, adding positions to your trade. And that's for Bitcoin. And I would say when it comes to Ethereum, it's basically the same thing. I have this point here. We know by now BTC and Ethereum, they will change, they will switch direction basically in the same time. So that's that. Last week we saw a beautiful trade on TON. We caught it. It's this one here. We caught it perfectly. Entry, exit. This week I'm seeing another one, and this one is basically soon to be entered. So we're doing a nice pullback, a nice healthy pullback, and the entry could be already from now. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've scaled in with a very small position now already, but my real entry position is down here at $6.66. And that is that for TON. Just a quick one. We had a beautiful trade on silver last week. It's this 300 pip trade that you guys see here. I caught it first time when it retested this whole trend line here, and then I announced it in the Telegram channel last week. I think it was on Thursday or Friday. Took this whole trade basically on one day, 300 pips, beautiful, almost past the FTMO challenge on this trade alone. And this week we are not re-entering it yet because I think gold will drag it down, because gold took all-time high, as we know, 2000. It broke that magical number 2,500. So it will have its pullback. It's already experiencing it, but as you see here, when the pullback is happening, silver is not pulling back as much. Silver is much more bullish, and it's because we have a lot more upside on this trade here. So if you took this trade with me last week, if you're in my Telegram channel and you took this trade, don't get out of it now just because I'm saying that I'm out of it. Hold it all the way up to this order block, because I'm pretty convinced that we will see this order block tagged in. All right, if you're not in this trade, wait for the re-entry. We might get a beautiful re-entry when market breaks this order block here. You never want to buy into a resistance zone, right? And this order block here is the resistance zone. So we want to see market break above it, retest it. We will enter on that situation. All right. That's silver. We have a beautiful EURGBP trade that I called out this morning in the Telegram channel. I hope you're in there. If you're not in the Telegram channel, make sure you join now because it's free. I'm giving out all my trade ideas, live streams when I'm trading, crypto token reports, analysis, ideas. I share my portfolio, everything, and it's for free, so don't miss out on it. Anyways, I called out this trade. It's beautiful. It has just started. As you see my TP levels here, it has just started. This trade is for I don't know how many pips, but I know that the risk to reward is very juicy. 12 in risk to reward and about 900 pips, guys. That's a monster, about 900 pips. So this one, if you haven't entered it, if you're not in the Telegram channel or just joining now and you haven't entered this trade, wait for the pullback. This thing will start pumping now. I predict it will pump now during New York, and I think and hope that we will see a nice pullback now before the NY Stock Exchange open. And that support might happen here somewhere in this vicinity around 85 to 150. If it happens, I will call it out in the Telegram, because that would be a beautiful situation to add positions to this trade or re-enter for those that haven't entered. And that what's confluent with that is this beautiful order block that you guys see here on this level. So that will put us on top of this order block, retesting it. And this gives you also a nice perspective on this trade, why I took it. It's beautiful, guys. Nice trend. We broke out of the trend. We have these structure points here, daily time frame. We broke the structure. We have a nice pullback. We actually broke the structure down here already. This point here. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower. We actually broke it here already. Boom, we smashed it. And sorry guys, here was the point. We smashed it, boom, made a perfect pullback to the structural point. This is what we want to see. We have the 20-day EMA giving us support. Guys, this is a A++ setups. This is why you want to be in the Telegram channel, because that's when you get to take advantage of these kind of trades when I call them out. All right. So hopefully there will be a nice re-entry for all the latecomers, so you guys can get on this one as well. I don't want anybody to miss this train. But guys, I don't want to overwhelm you with too much. There's so much to look at. There's a lot of juicy setups in the market. NAS is also presenting a beautiful sell opportunity. I haven't entered this yet, but I might do so. We will see. US30, I spoke on it before. We have a beautiful sell opportunity, so basically going against the trend, but market will react to this level, and I'm talking about the 40,920-ish level. If market comes up there, you believe market is going to respect it. You want to take a sell, but you don't want to swing trade or day trade this or anything. You just want to take a short sell, boom, in and out, take a couple of pips, that's it. Most preferably inside this whole big daily order block. So you take it basically from here down to here, and you sniper entry that thing when you get the confirmation structure shift on the 1 minute time frame. All right, once again, Telegram channel, and you will see me calling that shit out. But that's that. We have ADCAD just as a last pointer, and what I want to see with ADCAD is I want to see market tap into this supply zone up here at around 0.917, and I want to retrace back to the structural point here and the previous sweet spot zone at around 0.91, and I want to enter from there on a long trade. That's all I had to say for this market overview. Trade safe. If you're not in it, join the Telegram channel. Take advantage of all the value we're bombing out there, all the resources, everything that is coming out there. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.